Hello guys, so we are gonna do an art journal page today, and I had this paper from a package that I absolutely love, this neutral color, so I wanted to use it. So the first thing that I did is just pass the iron on top of it because it had like a lot of wrinkles, and so I don't mind because now, for example, I have still some texture, but I don't mind because it is visible that is a recycled paper, which I love. And so I will be using for the first layer this stencil of Rubber Dance of Susan Rose and these colors, watercolor pencils from CANAL that are very intense, and I love to use them. You could use watercolors, for example, but I like to use these pencils because you have like more control on the final shape. But if you want like a more loose pattern, then you can use directly the watercolors. And then you pass the water just to get this watercolor effect. You could use also acrylics if you don't have watercolors or watercolor pencils. But I really love the mix of like watercolor and then other mediums. And we are going to repeat like the same motif several times on the space. And I am not looking for something perfect as always. I'm not measuring anything. I am just filling in the spaces and see what the pattern is asking me to continue. But this is just the first layer, so we are not being so precise. And now I have moved like a little down the pattern to create like a more organic feel to it. But I will not leave all the process because it's exactly the same every time. And as you can see, I just ended with the first layer, and so now I'm passing the water on top of the watercolor pencil shapes. And here you don't need to be very precise because as I said, there is like some control on the shape, and even if it's moving a little, it's fine because we are looking for this watercolor effect. And it's very relaxing. I love to do patterns because it's like meditative, right? You just do and then apply some color and some shapes. And now I am using one stamp that I have from also Rubber Dance and Distress Inks. And I am not using the entire shape. That's the good thing about the materials, that you can adapt to your needs. And in this case, the original image was too big for my pattern, so I am just stamping part of it. And what I am doing is overlapping a little, but mostly trying to fill in the spaces in between the first layer on these leaf shapes. And I like the fact that now I have like line and shapes, and it creates like a very balanced pattern. And again, I'm not being perfect, just filling in spaces as I see that is needed. But if the stamping is not perfect, I really don't care too much because it's another layer and it doesn't need to be super perfect. And here you see more or less the watercolor effect. And now I will be filling in more spaces that I have on the pattern, and for that I am using part of the stencil. I am not using all the shape, but just these two leaves, and filling in the spaces that I see. And this time I'm done gonna pass water on top of it, because I like more like this drawing effect, but you could. I like very much to have like a color already on the background, because it creates like another more complex layer, and I absolutely love it. And we are almost done. And voila, here's the final pattern, and I did some collage, and I finished the page with this page with making some stamping, and I put this paper to hold the card, which I love this card, the image. I absolutely love it. And that's it for today. I hope you like it. If so, please give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel and follow me my social media. And see you in the next project, guys. See you. Bye.